student from second grade. Today we are going to finish our unit number 4 in our student book, and we are going to begin a new reading related with the student book in our reading parts, animals around the world, and we are going to finish animals in our student book. Well, I need to study a lot because we are going to have another week of classes, the next class, and then we are going to have a little review, and finally we are going to have the exam. Let's enjoy the class, and if you have a question you can ask me.
The thought for today is gonna be when you are kind to others, it not only changes you, it changes the world. And I have to tell you that the way that you give, you will receive. In this case, if you are kind with others, all the people is gonna be kind with you. Well, and right now we are gonna watch the video about the emotional content. Let's pay attention. We will continue with version. The page is 105. 105 reading parts. And the title of the song is Here We Run the Planet Earth. And we have 3 pictures. The first picture, it talks about the planet Earth, the oceans, and the mountains. But we are gonna listen the song because it's the first time that you will listen this one. Let's listen, and next class I want to you sing the song. Let's listen. Imagine that into the ocean we can find plants. In the desert you can find some kind of plants, but in some part of the desert because they are empty, but live other animals. Well, this is the sun. We are gonna practice the next class. That is gonna be the last class the next week, and after we are gonna have a little review. This sun and the reading that we are gonna begin today, it talks about animals. It's related with the unit that we are finishing in our student book. Well, let's continue. I need to everybody take up your reading patch and open on page 76. It says animals around the world. It's related, had I said before, it's related with the student book, the unit that we are finishing right on this class. And it says, look at the title. It says animals around the world, all countries, not only in a specific country, not only El Salvador, not only Brazil, not only United States of America, not only Spain. It's around the world. And the vocabulary, the keywords, amphibian. Let's repeat: amphibian, bear, bear, fish, fish, mammal, mammal, reptile, reptile. As you can see, the vocabulary in the case of the cat, it doesn't say cat, it says mammal. It's not a specific animal, it's the family of this animal. Well, let's predict. What does the title tell you about the passage? What does the title Animals Around the World tell you about the passage? That is gonna talk, but it's gonna be about a city or about animals. Let's type on the chat. The title tells you that the reading is gonna be about people or animals. Well, animals. Number 2, what do the vocabulary tell you about the passage? That we are gonna talk about an specific animals or all kind of animals. That we are animals too, because we are member of mammal animals. Yes. What do the vocabulary tell you about the passage? That we are gonna talk about all kind of animals: amphibians, reptiles, mammals. Some animals have some similarities of us or are similar to us, yeah? Well, and what do the pictures tell you? Look at the pictures. As you can see, there we have a snake, we have a frog, we have a giraffe, we have a parrot, and we have a fish. And all are of a different kind of a family, animal family, because the snake is on the reptile family. The frog is not a reptile, it's amphibian. And we are gonna study all the differences between, as you can see, they look like if they are on the same family, but it's not. In the case of the parrot, it's some bear. In the case of fish, it's gonna be fish. And in the case of giraffes, it's gonna be a mammal, yeah? It's not gonna be a reptile because it doesn't have scale. Sometimes the reptile have scale. Remember, scale, escamas. We already studied. Well, we are gonna continue with our student book. And next class is gonna be about only reading parts class, and maybe we are gonna talk about a student book, the contents that are gonna appear on the exam. Let's continue. Well, we are going to continue with our class. Today we are going to study the English review, unit review. It's going to be page 60 and 61. And what we have here, we are talking about animals, and we have the listening and speaking. We are going to practice listening and speaking skill. It says listening number. We have listen and repeat. It's a monkey. It's a whale. It's a polar bear. It's a crocodile. It's a rhino. It's a gnome. You know that they have different habitats. They live in different habitats, and they eat different kind of food. But right now we are gonna discover animal by animal. Let's ready. I will find the track. The track is 43.
Track 43. Listen and number.
Well, let's listen.
Number 1.
This animal lives in the forest. It has feathers and wings. It has claws, but it doesn't have whiskers. It can fly, but it can't crawl. What animal is it?
Number 2.
Well, we are gonna listen the
40.
number 1 again because I want you to try to discover. Please listen all the description and try to type on the chat what animal is it. Listen all the description.
43. Listen and number. Number 1.
This animal lives in the forest. It has feathers and wings. It has claws, but it doesn't have whiskers. It can fly, but it can't crawl. What animal is it?
Well, I will give you some clues. It says it can fly, but it can't crawl. It has feathers. It has a beak. Wow, is it the polar bear? No. You can type the correct answer. It's the owl. It's an owl. Number 2.
Number 2. This animal lives in the North Pole. It is very big. It has claws and thick fur to protect it from the cold air and cold water. It can swim and run, but it can't fly. What is it?
Wow, it's a good description, very easy because it says that it lives in the polar. Well, it lives in the ice. The crocodile? No. The monkey? It's a monkey? No. Rhino? No. It's the polar bear. It's a polar bear. Number 2, it's a polar bear. Next.
Number 3.
It lives in the ocean. It has fins and a big tail. It doesn't have claws. It can swim, but it can't crawl. What is it?
It lives in the ocean. It has a big tail and fins. What animal is it? I won't say what is the animal because I need you try to identify and says or type on the chat. Number 4.
Number 4.
This animal lives in and out of the water. It has thick skin, but it doesn't have fur. It can walk, but it can't crawl. It is very heavy. What is it?
The number 3, under the water. It says under the water. Number 5.
Number 5. It lives in the jungle. It has scales, but it doesn't have fins. It eats fish and meat. It can crawl, run, and swim, but it can't climb. What is it?
In number 6.
Number 6.
This animal lives in the jungle. It can jump and climb, but it can't fly. It has fur and a long tail. It doesn't have a beak. What animal is it?
Well, we already listened six kind of description. And what is gonna be the speaking part? Well, you will create your own riddle, and you will drop your animal. In this case, is because you have to practice in the classroom with your classmate what animal is it. But you can practice at your home. For example, you can say it lives in the grassland. It can run, but it can crawl. It has a big trunk. It doesn't have fur. What is it? On my case is the elephant. I already described the elephant. Next page. What we have here, writing, the writing skill. Read the fact files and answer the question in your notebook. You have here the file of an owl. It says the color it is brown, black, white, or gray. The body, it has feet and claws. It has ears and big eyes. The food, what they eat. It eats insects, meat, and fish. The habitat, it lives in the forest. The abilities, it can fly. The habits, it hunts at night. Number 1. 1A. When does an owl hunt? During the night. 1B. Does it have a fur? Does it have fur? No, it doesn't have fur. It has feathers. Can it fly? Yes, it can. Well, and you are gonna do the same with the camel. Finally, you will choose an animal and make a fact file and draw. You can choose a lion, you can choose a tiger. It's the homework activity that we already did. The evaluated activity that you already sent me. Well, and finally, we are gonna move to pages 57, 58, and 59 for practice book. Let's check it out what is gonna be, because we are gonna have a listening part and I need to you listen. What are you gonna do? Very important, you don't have to look this page because it say 120, but it's not the page 120. It's because in the original book, on my book, the student book and the practice books are the same one, are joined. We already listened the story about the tortoise and the hare, and here we are. Well, here we are. First, we are gonna do this. It says 56, 57. No, we already did this page. The quiz. It's not an evaluated quiz, but here you are gonna practice before your exam. It says that we are gonna listen the track 44. Listen and answer. The number 1. Which animals are the number 1? They are dolphins. Number 2, penguins. Number 3, tigers. And number 4, snakes. Well, let's listen to track 44 and you will answer.
Track 44. Listen and answer. 1. Can dolphins jump?
Number 1. Can dolphins jump? Yes, they can, or no, they can't. Type the correct answer on the chat. Yes, they can. They can jump. Number 2.
2. Can penguins fly?
Can penguins fly? Yes, they can, or no, they can't. No, in the case of penguin, they cannot fly. They can't fly. Number 3.
3. Can jaguars run?
Oh, sorry, they are not tigers, they are jaguars. Can jaguars run? Yes, they can, or no, they can't. Well, you already choose the right answer. Yes, they can. And finally, what about the snakes?
4. Can snakes crawl?
Can snakes crawl? Yes, they can, or no, they can't. Yes, they can crawl. Well, look and label the animals. Number 1. What animal is it? Is it a parrot or a lizard? It's a lizard. The number 2 is a polar bear or a parrot. You can type the answer. Number 3, fish. Number 4, shark. Number 5, tiger. And number 6, polar bear. We are going to talk about the number 1, that is the lizard. Look at here, because I will explain one and you are going to do the others up your home. Remember that this is going to be a practice before our exam. The number 1, it has or it doesn't have pads. En a sponge, on a sponge, ¿tiene o no tiene huellitas? No, it doesn't have pads. It can or it can't crawl. ¿Se puede o no se puede arrastrar? Well, I know that some lizards can crawl. In this case, it's gonna be can. Well, the number 2, we are gonna do it because the number 1 was kind of confused because the animal. But what about the number 2? It has or it doesn't have a beak. What is gonna be the correct answer? ¿Tiene o no tiene un pico? Sí tiene, yes, it has. Circle, only has, no doesn't have, has. It can or it cannot fly. ¿Puede o no puede volar el número 2? Yes, it can fly. And finally, the number 3, I will do the half. It has or it doesn't have scales, the fish. Yes, it has. It can or it can't climb. No, it can't climb. Well, next page, because I need to advance. Read and match the column. Do lions have whiskers? If you can see here, it begins with do. The answer is gonna be the same. Yes, they do. Can elves run? It begins with can. No, they can't. Well, complete the sentences and drop. It's a lizard. If lives in there, and you will complete here, and you will complete what they eat, and you will drop them. Well, these are the pages. This one we are gonna complete the next class. Remember, if you couldn't send me the homework assignment, it's time to send me. It's the last day that you can send me. Thank you so much. If you have a question, we are gonna have a last class, and after we are gonna have a review. Bye bye.